Okay, so it should be live on YouTube. Okay, and also for those who are joining online and those who are in person, welcome to our Detox class. We'll be streaming this as well, so we'll have a lot of people online too as well, watching our Detox class. So welcome everyone. We'll be going over a few things. We're starting a little late, but we thought we were going to be downstairs and we had to move upstairs here, so just bear with us. We should be all situated now and all put together now. And let me make sure that everyone is doing good on YouTube. If you're doing good in YouTube here, you can say yes in the chat. We do have some people that are already in the chat online. So just say yes in the chat if you're doing good as well. Okay. So make sure that we are on. Okay, yes, we are on live in the chat here. Okay, so now welcome again to our juicing. So we're going to be going over a few things today as it pertains to juicing. As you can see in front of me, I have actual vegetables in front of me right here. So we'll be showing you, demonstrating how to actually juice, practically. And also we'll be going over a short presentation to talk about the importance of juicing, the importance of detoxification, and detoxifying the different, what we call eliminative organs of your system. Okay? So, and those, I see that those who are online, they're already talking. So right now we have about 8 people online. So if you can share this link to as many people as you can, so we can have more people joining. I know a lot of people will text me and saying that they got on, but we weren't live as yet. So you can be able to, just invite some people. Invite as many as you can. Share the link with as many as you can so they can join us in the live chat here. So I see everyone is saying yes, they can hear, they can see in the chat. Great. All right, so now before we get into our class today, just always like to start off and welcome with a word of prayer. So before we get into it, Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for allowing us to join here this morning again. And as we get into our detoxification class and our juicing class, that you may be with us, help us to understand how to use the things that you've given to us in nature, the vegetables, the fruits, and so forth, to be able to make juices that is healthy and palatable for our bodies. So Lord, continue to bless us and guide us is my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so we're going to get right into it right here. So on our board right here, and I'm going to put it on the screen right now, we're going to be going through a presentation that is called, so right now we have on the screen, we have cleansing, what we call the 7 channels of elimination. Okay? Now, and the reason why we call this the 7 channels of elimination, because these are the channels that your body uses to eliminate waste from your system. Okay? So you have your colon, you have your kidneys, you have the lungs, you have your skin, liver, lymphatic system, and blood. And the reason why these channels of elimination are important, it is because these channels of elimination, just like we have, like let's say you have a vehicle that has a filter, an oil filter, it needs to be changed ever so often because it can become clogged up. And the same thing can happen with our body. Our channels of elimination, like our liver, our kidneys, can become clogged up. I'm sure you've heard about liver stones, gallstones, kidney stones, and also your colon becoming clogged up and backed up. I'm sure you've heard about all this stuff before. And what we're doing here with our class here is to show you how we can be able to clean those out when it becomes clogged up. But the thing is, sometimes it's clogged up and we don't even know. So for illustration purposes, we maintain our cars, but we don't maintain our bodies. Okay, so I'm sure many of you today, you probably change your oil in your car, right? You change your oil in your car? Anyone in the chat, do you change your oil in your car? I'm sure you change your oil in your car. Why do you change your oil in your car? Why? Maintenance? But why do you need to maintain a vehicle? What's that? Okay, you want to do it to keep the car from breaking down, right? So vehicle maintenance, every 5,000 to 10,000 miles between oil changes. We have your engine air filters, you change that every 15,000 miles. Also, you can replace your coolant in your car, you flush out the coolant every 60,000 miles. And these are just basic maintenance of your vehicle. And the reason why you do this basic maintenance of your vehicle is because you want to keep it from what? Breaking down. Okay? And you know, without your vehicle, if you don't maintain your vehicle properly, then your vehicle can actually break down. Are you with me in the chat so far? Make sure this is sounding properly here. Okay. So, let's go to our next slide here. Why do we clean it out again? To maintain our vehicles, to prevent breakdowns, expensive repairs, and permanent damage. But yet we rarely give our bodies the same care. Can you imagine that? Imagine the amount of money you spend on your vehicle every single year maintaining. Anybody has a number? How much do you spend on your vehicle when you bring it to maintain at the wherever you go, the dealership or the mechanic? Anyone? How much do you spend? What's that? $100, and that's each time you go and you do it, right? Every 3,000 miles, right? $100 every 3,000 miles. And let's say you do 3 times a year. That's about $300 there, right? So you can spend anywhere from $300 upwards to $500-$600, depending on what you're doing, maintaining your vehicle. But the question now is, if we can spend so much money and invest so much money on a vehicle that is replaceable, what about our bodies? So now let me see your hands of all those who've never done a cleanse before. You've never done a cleanse. Okay, we have one. We have another hand there. And we have another hand there. Okay. And it's not anything to be ashamed of if you've never done a cleanse before. It's just to illustrate to us that we have a body, and we never thought about maintaining the body, but we have a vehicle and we maintain that vehicle, right? We change the oil, we change the filters, we change the coolant and so forth. But with our bodies, we don't seem to maintain the body that God has given to us. And that's what we're talking about this morning. And for those in the chat, anyone has never done a cleanse before? If you've never done a cleanse before. So then, let's talk about oil changes. Why do we change the oil in our vehicle? Well, one of them, it removes dirty, contaminated fluid. In your engine, there's wear and tear when the oil circulates through your engine, and then oil can become thick and black after a while. And that makes the engine components slow down, work harder to try to spin the pistons and the rods and so forth inside an engine, and it can eventually break down. Just imagine now you leak in oil and your engine can blow up because of that. Also, we have an oil change, a $40 oil change prevents a 4,000 engine replacement. You know, I met someone right here in Connecticut who had a vehicle and they had never changed their oil, drive it around, and the engine blew up, and they had to spend more than $4,000. They had to spend maybe, I can't remember, maybe close to $6,000 in trying to rebuild, or I don't know, to change or rebuild the engine. So it's very expensive repair for something that could be so cheap as just changing your oil. And it's the same thing for our body. We want to maintain our body, we want to cleanse our body, not to just to maintain it, but to prevent it from breaking down. Okay? So you don't want to deal with disease afterwards. Let's imagine now you become sick because you didn't maintain your body, where you could have just done some simple cleansing that is much cheaper. And there are some people who come to our lifestyle center, and the amount of stuff that they have to go through to obtain healing. And I'm telling you, the juices may not taste the best, the teas may not taste the best, but that's the thing. If you maintain your body now, when the time comes, if you have a disease, it takes much more care and it takes much more time to try to reverse the disease than try to prevent it from coming on in the first place. So now what we're talking about here is how we can maintain our body and how we can be able to just use our body in such a way that we can prevent disease from coming on our bodies. Okay? All right. So let's go to our next slide here. So then we have our body, and as we said before, we have the 7 channels that eliminates waste. And basically what we want to do, just like we change a filter, because the oil filter, what it does, it captures any particles or any gunk that before it enters into the engine. Because if you have, chips of metal or whatever going into the engine, that could spin a rod or something and blow up the engine. So you have a filter to capture all that dirtiness before it enters into the engine. Our eliminative organs captures any of the gunk before it enters into our bloodstream. That's why all the blood goes through the kidneys. The blood, we have a liver that filters out, and those things goes back and gives you pure blood that goes back into your bloodstream. And that's why people who are on dialysis, they need to go on a dialysis machine and go through and have a carbon charcoal filter to clean out the blood, because if the kidneys are not functioning properly, you can basically die. So you need to have your kidneys functioning properly, you need to have your liver functioning properly, you need to have a colon functioning properly, or else your body becomes too toxic and you begin to die. And sometimes the water buildup, fluid buildup inside our system as well. Okay, so now, as I said before, we only have one body, and in Psalm chapter 104 verse 14 it says, He causeth the grass to grow for the cattle, and the herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth. So what did God say that the herbs were for? For the service of man. Remember, we're talking about servicing our vehicles. So basically God is saying, hey, you know what you do to service your body? The herbs of the field. Those include vegetables, and those include the herbs that we use to make teas and so forth. All this falls under that umbrella of servicing our bodies. So for those who think, do I actually need to use those things? Do I need to eat vegetables? Well, vegetables and these herbs were included especially after sin. After sin, God told them that they could eat of the herb of the field. Before sin, they were only allowed to eat, or they were given, the diet given to them was fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains. And vegetables was only included after sin, because God knew that when we sin, our body will begin to deteriorate. And for us to maintain health with the degradation of our body, God gave us the herbs of the field. So that's why, even though you eat the healthiest diet, I would still say you need to service your body. You can put the best full synthetic oil in that vehicle, but you still need to change that oil. Just putting full synthetic doesn't mean that you never have to change your oil in your life again. Okay? So God has given us what we need to service our bodies. So now the purpose of the channels of elimination is to ensure the body's ability to remove toxins and waste products efficiently. So these channels work together to maintain a clean and balanced internal environment, preventing the accumulation of toxins that can disrupt health. Okay? And also, why do we need to cleanse? So the modern burden, even though I said you eat healthy, but also in the world that we live in today, we live in a world of processed foods, even environmental pollutants. Like, for instance, we had a whole fire and smoke everywhere from Canada. We didn't choose to breathe in those pollutants, but we're breathing it in. And also, we live in a world of high stress. So we have the bucket theory. Our bodies can handle toxins. Just imagine a bucket being filled up with water, right? And that's the toxins that comes into your body. If you have a little bit of water in that bucket, it's fine. But when the bucket starts being filled up more and more and more, eventually it starts to overflow. And that's what happens to our body. The toxic starts to build up, and over years, then it begins to overflow. And then when it overflows, it manifests itself in what we call leading to fatigue, skin issues. So people have things that pop up on the skin, and also brain fog as well. So the goal is to reduce the toxic load and restore the body's natural equilibrium, what we call homeostasis. The body is better able to maintain balance. So what are signs that your system is clogged up? Well, one of the signs that your system is clogged up, we have your digestion. It can lead to bloating, constipation or gas, acne, rashes or dull complexion, brain fog, irritability, and low energy. You have physical aches, pains, persistent bad breath, and chronic disease. So if you have any of those things, then you probably need a cleanse. And also, if you've never done a cleanse, you probably need a cleanse. And what we're going to show here is that when you eat healthy, yes, you probably need less maintenance and less cleansing. And the worse your diet is, the more cleansing you probably need. And we'll talk about that some more as well. So what are the benefits of cleansing your system? When you clear out your system, you get radiant energy, so no more afternoon crashes. You have mental clarity, so improved focus and mood stability. Your immune system is strengthened, so a cleaner internal environment allows the immune system to thrive. And also anti-aging, so it reduces oxidative stress and it keeps your cells youthful. It helps you to live longer. Now, I'm pretty young still. I'm 30, how old am I? 34 years old, 34 years young. And I still try to do cleansing every single year, even though I'm still young. I'm still claiming to be young. I do my cleansing every single year. So I go on a juice cleanse. I take different teas and stuff like that, and I try to eat as healthy as I can. But just to maintain my body, I still do cleansing every year. So that's why I always tell people it doesn't matter how healthy you eat. God gave us these things to service our bodies. Why not use it? Okay, so the energy shift. So now your body needs to move from defense now into offense. So defense is like toxins. It's trying to get rid of toxins. It's working to clean out the system. And what you need to do is your body wants to fight disease. Okay, so let's say for instance, every single day you have abnormal cells that are produced in your body. So you have these abnormal blood cells that what we call cancer cells. And your body can go in and destroy those abnormal cells. Your immune system goes, it kills them, or your RNA in your body can rewrite the DNA, the damaged DNA in that cell, and make that cell become normal. So it can either repair or destroy. But if you are full of toxins and your body's overworking trying to get rid of toxins, then when your body has all these abnormal cells, it's hard for your body to concentrate on offense, attacking those invaders in the system, or those abnormal cells in the system. And then if those abnormal cells begin to grow out of control, that's when you're diagnosed with cancer. But your body has the ability to fight disease, but it needs the proper environment to be able to fight disease. So when chemicals are clogged, the body allocates massive amounts of energy to neutralizing and sequestering toxins. So your body is concentrated on trying to move toxins, and when you start to cleanse, and your body doesn't have to concentrate on trying to eliminate toxins from the system, all that energy that is used for that can now go into energy to repair the body and to just maintain health. You understand what I'm saying so far, right? And the same thing with juicing, and that's why when we will be teaching that the juicing very soon, I'll show you why we do juicing versus blending smoothies. Juicing is important. Smoothies have its place, but we're not teaching how to do smoothies today. We're teaching juicing, and there's a particular reason why, and that has to do with the energy in our body, and we'll talk about it very soon. So there's a healing dividend. So once the toxic load is reduced, that reclaimed energy is redirected towards cellular repair, so fixing the damaged DNA and proteins that can lead to cancer, and also helps you to live longer. tissue regeneration, faster recovery or from exercise or injury. So if you injure yourself, like you have a bruise or you have a bruise, an ankle strain or in your knees or whatever, your body can heal quicker. And also immune surveillance, so finding and destroying bad cells before they become problems. Your body is better able to handle that when you get rid of the toxic load inside your system. And we'll be talking about that toxic load very soon, and to see what is inside of you. We'll be taking a dive into what's inside of you. So there's autophagy as well, the body's self-cleaning mode. So what is it? It's a process where your cells recycle their own damaged components to create new healthy ones. So every few weeks, every few months, your body destroys cells and creates new cells. And that process is sped up, especially during the fasting period. Actually, studies have shown that after 72 hours of fasting, your body goes into cleanup mode. It starts to kill old cells and regenerate new cells. So basically, when you're cleansing, you're getting a new body. And your body starts to clean up from within, and it reflects outward. Okay? And also, the connection, we have autophagy works best when the system isn't overwhelmed or by external waste. And the result, cleansing triggers a biological reset, effectively slowing down the cellular aging process. So basically, this makes you younger. It makes you look younger too, look more radiant, and look brighter. Do you feel like you're lacking energy, you're fatigued, like you're in pain, and then you think to yourself, well, this is just old age? Well, I have to tell you today that it's probably not old age. What you're experiencing is probably just a toxic overload. And the reason why you never experienced it before is because when you're young, guess what? Your body can take care of those toxins. Also, remember the bucket theory? The bucket is not all the way filled up yet. But the older you get, the more the toxic build up inside the system, and it compounds, and eventually you reach the ripe age of 40 or whatever, and then one day you wake up and you're like, oh man, I can feel it. It's old age now. I can't remember anything. I'm fatigued, brain fog. I have this ache when I wake up. But sometimes it could just be your body just needs to clean up. Okay? So then, so the clean house analogy. So imagine a house. If you never take out the trash, just imagine this trash bags all in the hallway in the house, all inside the rooms, and you're trying to walk, right? It becomes very difficult to walk through that house, right? The hallways, and if you have to fix a leaky pipe, let's say your pipe is leaking and you have to get to the sink, and it's like there's trash bags everywhere. like how can you get to the sink to fix the leaky pipe? And that's the same thing that is happening inside our bodies. It's like your white blood cells want to get through, but there's toxin everywhere. And it's trying to get rid of the trash, the toxins that is in the bloodstream before it goes to fix that leaky pipe. So then we have to clean out the body so your body is better able to do that. The biological parallel is inflammation drops. So waste products are acidic and inflammatory, and removing them calms the system. Nutrient absorption soars. So people always ask, when you do the cleanse, would you lose weight? You're going to lose unwanted weight, okay? And for those who are looking to lose weight loss, the bigger you are, the more weight you lose. It just happens that way with weight loss during our program. So people that have been like 300 pounds have lost 20 pounds in 1 week coming to our place. But also if you are on the slender side, you won't lose as much. But then what we've seen after the cleanse, your body is better able to absorb and assimilate nutrients. So then when you eat your food, you take more from your food after cleansing. And also hormonal harmony. The liver can finally process hormones like estrogen and cortisol efficiently, leading to better mood and sleep. So especially women who are going through different women stuff, you know, menstrual cycles and menopause and hormonal imbalances, you know, doing a cleanse can actually help to reset all those things. And I can tell you right now, like even from my wife's perspective, I haven't lived that experiences yet, so I don't know what it's like, but with her experience going through a menstrual cycle, because of her cleansing and the stuff that she does, when she goes through a menstrual cycle, she doesn't feel any pain, like no pain whatsoever. And sometimes it comes so suddenly on her that she has to wake up in the night and go, you know, put on, you know, stuff to help with the blood, because it just comes unexpectedly for her. So that's the thing. For those who go through menstrual cycles and it's very painful, that could be a sign that you need a cleanse. You need to clean out your body, and it becomes much more stable for you then as well. Okay, so your body knows how to heal. What we need to do is we need to give the body the space to be able to heal. Okay? The body knows how to repair its system, but it needs the space to do it. And Hippocrates, this is what it says there. It says the greatest medicine of all is teaching people how not to need it. And that's what we want to do today here. We're going to teach you how not to need medicine. Okay? So let's imagine, for those who believe in the end time, and you believe that, there will be no buying and selling and all that stuff, and just imagine going to a pharmacy, right? And you're like, hey, I want to get some high blood pressure medication, and you're not able to buy and sell. Like, how are you going to survive? Your blood pressure is going higher and higher, sugar levels are going up. It's like you need to be able to take care of your health right now, and hopefully the goal is to get off of some of these medications, and that would be the best position that you can put yourself in. Because even those medications have side effects, and after taking these things for 30, 40 years, talking about cleaning out your kidneys, those things put a strain on your kidneys. Some of those high blood pressure medications can cause kidney failure. Like if you look at the side effects, your liver, and all the stuff, these things accumulate inside of there. And that's why you need to clean this stuff out. But what we want to do is to change your lifestyle as well, so we can be able to help ourselves. So what we're going to do here, so we actually have a total body reset workshop. We can probably talk about that some more as well. That we have, that total body reset workshop is $159 that we have there, that people have gone through our workshop. And we have my dear sister she talked about her experience going through the workshop, and how she was able to not experience seasonal allergies anymore. And we have some people online right now who have gone through the workshop too, and people have sent us that they lost some weight, 12 pounds, 15 pounds. People are talking about they lowered their blood pressure throughout the workshop as well. So many people have experienced a lot of benefits by going throughout this workshop here. So for those, I talked about this yesterday, for those who wanted to go to the workshop, it's challenge.eatinglifestyle, total body, challenge.eatinglifestyle.org/total-body-workshop, reset-workshop. And this is the link here for anyone who is in the chat. I'm just going to send you that link as well, so that way you can have access to that so far. Now, any questions before we continue? Yes. And I don't know if you can use the mic as well, because we have streaming online. And for those who are online right now, if you can be able to send your questions in the chat, I'm going to be reading the chat. Yes. Yes.
Should they eat right after or drink some tea for the 72 hours that would be without for the body to reset?
Yes.
What should the person do?
So then, what we advise, we'll be talking about the juicing very soon. So you juice for a certain amount of days, and everyone is different. So we'll be talking about how long you should be able to juice for. That's something that we're going to be talking about very soon. So we're going to get into a juicing segment, and I'll answer the question about how long and how many days, what you do afterwards, after coming from a juice cleanse, because we do talk about a raw period where you're going to raw diet for a certain amount of days, just to transition yourself back to eating. But we'll talk about all of that very soon. Any other questions about the 7 channels of elimination? And also this cleanse that I'm talking about right here, the Total Body Reset Workshop, this is our program that we do online. It has videos. It includes 5 cleanses. Let me just take this right here. So I'm going to be showing you today how to do this cleanse for free. Okay? I'm going to be showing you today how to do this cleanse for free. But this here is just convenient way. So we have this kit right here. It has 5 cleanses inside, and this is the part of the total body reset workshop as well. So we have like parasite, we have like the kidney. So we have 5 cleanses: parasite, kidney, blood, the colon, and the liver cleanse. It's all included with the total body reset workshop. And this area usually sells for $147. So the workshop that we do is $159. And the difference between just getting the kit here versus the workshop is that our workshop, we have all the video recordings. We also have a juicing book that we give. We also have instructions step by step from the videos, how to do different stuff, and extra bonus classes. So how to clean the lungs out, how to clean the skin out, with different dry brushing and stuff like that. So we go into more details in the workshop. And also we have a community on WhatsApp so people can talk to each other and share their experiences and encourage one another. So that's our Total Body Reset workshop. And for those who are online, I'm sending the link here. And for those who are in person here, if you go to this link here, you'll be able to get to the workshop. I think we had another question here too as well. The cleanse. So we recommend doing a cleanse. Well, I do it every single year. I do it once a year. I do a cleanse once a year. And with this here, so we have 5 of the cleanses inside of here. If you're doing something like this, you don't have to do the full thing every single year, but you can do 1 or 2, like a colon or kidney or liver. But with the juicing, I do juicing, and this juicing, no food for a certain amount of days every single year. And I'm going to talk about more details about the cleanses very soon, about how long to juice for and so forth, very soon. Let me go to... Okay, we have another question right here. You can go ahead and ask a question.
Oh, okay. And that's incorrect. When you go for the cleanse,
yes.
You mentioned a raw time.
Yeah.
Right? Raw bean. That's the thing I'm saying.
Raw, yeah.
Raw bean. So how long are you on that? How long is it cleanse to raw to back to your lifestyle? Not your lifestyle, it's supposed to do a lifestyle.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about it very soon. So let me go through these classes here. I'm going to go through the next one, and then we're going to get back to the juicing segment. So let's talk about the herbs first. So cleansing the channels of elimination. And then lastly, I'll get to the juicing demonstration, and I'm going to answer all those questions during the juicing period of our class. Okay? So now I'm going to go back to the screen right here. So we're going to go through parasite detoxification. So this is how you can detoxify parasites from your body, okay? So now for those who are wondering if they need a parasite cleanse, so we have a parasite. It is an organism that lives inside your body, okay, feeds off your nutrients, produces waste, and weakens your normal function, okay? So you have, and I would say most people are parasites today, and they're probably inside you right now, having a jolly good time, inside your colon, okay, swimming around. Eating on the poop inside your colon, okay? So what are some signs that you have? Parasites enter through food, especially undercooked or contaminated food, but also any animal foods that you eat most likely have parasites inside. And I don't know if you have seen some videos, for those who might have eaten pork and you see those videos and they show you a tapeworm that comes out of these things. And also other meat items you get from the grocery store, they put some hot water in there and you see those parasites that come out and swim out of the meat. Okay? So all those flesh items, if you eat any animal foods, you probably get parasites inside your system. Also water can have parasites inside, depending on where your water source comes from. Produce could have parasites too, but not as harmful or dangerous. That's why you wash your produce and so forth. Nowadays our things are so sterilized that we probably don't get much parasites anymore. Pets, especially when you have pets inside the home and you're walking around the same place the pets you have inside your home and so forth, you can get parasites from pets. That's why you don't kiss your animals. You know, these things, these are animals, okay? You can get parasites from them. Also the soil, you can get parasites. But just keep in mind that just like there are good bacteria, there's also harmful bacteria in your body as well. So they could have good parasites and also harmful parasites in the soil. Also for travel, when you travel on the plane, on the bus, on the train, especially public places and you're holding the handles, you might be scratching your eyes, cleaning your nose, eating with your food with your hands. If you don't wash your hands, you can get parasites through all those different means, okay? So what parasites do inside the body is steal nutrients. They're like leeches. They release toxins. They irritate your tissues, they burden your immune system, and they create inflammation. So I'm talking about harmful parasites, and they're no good inside our system. There's no reason to have them inside there. And that's why you want to kill them off and get rid of them. So then there's signs of parasites. So this is the signs that you probably have parasites inside your body. Digestive issues, fatigue and weakness, because remember they're stealing nutrients. You might be wondering, how come I eat so much food and I still feel hungry a little while after, right? Sometimes it could just be parasites, you're just eating sometimes nutrients from your food. Skin problems, sleep disturbances, changes in bowel movements, joint and muscle pain. So if you experience those things, you could probably have parasites in your system there. So then someone asked in the chat if there's any cleanse for someone who took the vaccine. We'll talk about that probably a little bit later. So we'll talk about it very soon. Signs of parasites, also allergies, mental health issues, compromised immune system, anemia, and itching as well. So these are all some signs there. Question is, do you have some of the signs? If you have some of the signs there, then you probably have some parasites in your system. So then the parasite overload the colon. So it creates waste, increases mucus inside the colon, and it slows your elimination. So how long it takes for you to remove waste out of your system. These are some parasites there, harmful parasites. We have the roundworm. We have the bookworm here. We have the fluke. We also have the tapeworm, the nematode, and protozoa. These are some of the parasites that can be inside our system. So we're going to show you how to kill those guys inside there. And people ask me the same question all the time. Would I see the parasites coming out like this inside? They got a picture of inside the colon. Parasites inside the colon. Oh, sorry, I need to make a disclaimer. If you have weak stomachs, you can turn around and you don't need to watch. Yeah, and those who are watching right now online, close your eyes if you have weak stomachs, because we're about to show some pictures of the reality of what things can look like. Okay? So this is what parasites inside the system look like here. Some of those multiplying. This is somebody that have really bad parasite infestation. That's really bad here. Okay? And these are some close-up pictures there of more parasites here. And also more, again, parasites inside the system. Okay? And some more again. You see there's an animal right here, and you're eating some of those animals, and you get some of those parasites there. Okay? And look at some more pictures right here of your meat, a meat having some parasites. More parasite again in your meat. Okay? So, benefits of parasite cleanse. Benefits of killing those guys that are inside your colon and inside your body. Some of them can be inside your bloodstream. And when you do take the parasite cleanse and you start to kill those parasites, yes, they do have to come out through the colon. Yes, you're going to poop them out. But I always ask people, would you rather them stay in or would you rather them be out? Because some people say, oh, I don't see it. Imagine the worms coming outside of you, right? But sometimes they mix with the stool and you don't even see them. Okay? And they come out dead, hopefully. They come out dead. And when I did my parasite cleanse, this one day I looked back at my stool. Sometimes I like to examine what's happening when I'm cleansing. And I was examining the toilet and I saw this little worm type of thing, about 4 inches in the toilet. And that's the first time I did a parasite cleanse, about 10 years ago or so. And I'm telling you now, that time I was about 22, 23. So yes, you're gonna see the stuff coming outside of you, but If you don't look back in the toilet, you won't see it if you have a weak stomach. But don't be afraid. It's better that it comes out than stays inside your system, okay? Sometimes people are always, disgusted by like, I want to see it coming out, but you'll be happy if it comes out. The benefits of a parasite cleanse: improve digestion, increase energy, reduce cravings, clearer thinking, better sleep, and stronger immunity. So those are some natural remedies there for destroying your parasites inside your system. And some of these natural remedies I'll talk about here is inside of our parasite cleanser. So some of the things right here, one of them inside of here is garlic. Garlic is good for killing parasites, the raw garlic. So if you take raw garlic, one way that you can take it is to take the raw garlic and chop it in your salad. So some of you already eat, your raw garlic, and you've probably already been killing some parasites. So that's good. And also, if you don't like the taste of garlic, then what you can do here is take a tablespoon of honey, and when you take that clove, about a clove or 2 cloves of garlic every single day, and you can do that for about a week's time, and you mix that up with the honey, a tablespoon of honey, and you eat it together with the honey. Finely chop it, and you eat it together with the honey. Okay, that's one way to try to get the garlic in if you really don't like the taste of garlic. But one of the easy ways to cut it up with a salad or something, and if you juice it, then you'd have to mix that with the honey to take it down with the parasite cleanse. Now, one of them that's a little better tasting, probably one of the best tasting herbal remedy you can do for parasites, and that is pumpkin seed. Okay? So if you take some pumpkin seeds, about a handful of pumpkin seeds every day, pumpkin seeds is actually help to fight parasites too as well, believe it or not. And for men, if you take some pumpkin seeds is high in zinc, so it helps to slow down, hair loss. And also, it won't grow back your hair if you're missing hair. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. But also, pumpkin seed helps with just testosterone and all the stuff that is inside our body as well. So pumpkin seeds is actually great for parasites too. Another one that is something that is cheap that you can do at home for parasites would be papaya seeds. Papaya seeds. So when you eat your papaya, you scrape out the seeds, okay? And then you can either eat it like that, as a tablespoon at a time. If it's too strong for you, you can try to blend it up or something. But you eat the papaya seeds, and I can tell you it's bitter, but it's going to help to kill some of those parasites. And basically, you see the trend here. To kill parasites, you need some of the things that are more on the bitter side. If it tastes bitter for you and it's kind of nasty for you, it's going to be bitter and nasty for the parasites too as well. So it's going to help to kill those parasites. And when it comes to herbs now, one of the herbs that you can do for parasite cleansing is wormwood. Wormwood is one of those herbs that you can use to kill parasites inside your system. And just as a disclaimer, wormwood has a strong taste. Okay? Wormwood has a strong taste. And when we go to our parasite cleanser here, we have a scoop inside of there, so you take a tablespoon about 2 to 3 times a day with this cleanser here. Okay? So wormwood is strong. So if you take, like, let's say, a half a tablespoon of wormwood, it's going to taste very bitter, but you want to get rid of that parasite. But what you can do here, and as we explain to everyone when they take our parasite cleanse, to cut down the taste of some of this bitter stuff, is to mix it in with some apple juice. Okay, apple juice, or you can juice some oranges as well. We have some orange right here. We're going to be juicing orange. You can juice some oranges as well, so you can be able to cut down the taste of some of these things right here. Okay, so that's for our parasite. These are some natural remedies that you can use to help to kill some of those parasites from your body. So let's go to our next one right here. What we're going to do is we're going to be going to colon detox. The reason why we cleanse our colon, okay? And if you've never cleansed your colon before, then we're going to talk about the benefits of cleaning out the colon, okay? So colon detox. So let us just put this here on the screen as well for those who are online. Okay, so colon detoxification, and with our colon is very, very important. And the reason why we need to clean our colon, we have a few reasons right here. So the colon is designed to remove solid waste. It prevents toxin reabsorption, it supports your immunity, maintain energy and clarity. And what happens when your colon is clogged up? Disease begins. And you'll see a trend between most of those eliminative organs that we talk about, that they all kind of lead to this same, it doesn't overlap in symptoms with those different cleanses. So when the stool remains too long in your system, so you can have sometimes anywhere between 5 and 25 pounds of fecal matter that is remaining stagnant in your colon. And for those who, I don't know if you know, but how many bowel movements should you have per day? Anyone? How many bowel movements? As many meals as you have, right? So as many meals as you have. So if you have 1 meal a day, you have 1 bowel movement a day, right? If you have 2 meals a day, you have 2 bowel movements. You have 3 meals a day, you have. If you have 5 meals a day, you have what? Hopefully you don't have 5 meals a day. Okay, some of us have, we have a 1 meal a day plan. Some of us on 1 meal a day. We eat all day and we never stop eating. So it's 1 meal a day. And some of us are on a seafood diet. You seafood and you have to eat it. You have to eat it. So we need to get off the seafood diet. We need to get off our 1 meal plan, and we need to go on a regimen where we have scheduled times for eating. Okay? So every meal that you have, you need to have a bowel movement. So if you have 2 to 3 meals a day, you need to have 2 to 3 bowel movements per day. If you go in once per day and you're having 2 or 3 meals a day, then you're already in the constipation realm. If you go, the average person nowadays in this country goes once every 3 days. That is chronic constipation. When that fecal matter sits in the colon, the toxins reabsorb into the bloodstream. The liver becomes overworked because there is a circulatory system that goes to your colon and cleanse out your colon, and that's called the hepatic circulatory system. So you have a circulatory system from the liver that goes directly to the lower portions or the higher portions of your colon to keep your colon from becoming overloaded. But then if your liver is constantly cleaning out toxins, then what can happen is that it can overload your liver eventually. Okay? Also, inflammation increases, and also immunity weakens. The colon affects every organ in your system, because if the toxins reabsorb into your bloodstream, then what's going to happen? It's going to poison your system. And if your system is poisoned, what's going to happen? Remember, we talked about the blood brings what? Nutrients, oxygen, water to every single cell of your body. But if there is poison in your blood, then it's going to poison every cell inside your body. And if your cells are poisoned, your tissues become poisoned. Your tissues are poisoned, then your organs become poisoned. Your organs are poisoned, your body becomes poisoned. That's why it's very important to keep your colon clean, because that can basically can cause toxins to build up in your bloodstream. Okay? So signs of a toxic colon. So we have constipation, bad odor, skin problems, tiredness and fatigue, brain fog, trouble losing weight. Remember we say 5 to 25 pounds of fecal matter can be in our colon. We also have diarrhea, gas and gas pain, and digestive problems. And does it sound like anyone today? If you have any of some of the symptoms, you probably need a cleanse. And you get in the trend here that some of you are watching this right now and you say, man, I need a cleanse. Because most of you probably experience some of those side effects right now, and you probably need a cleanse. So ideal elimination, remember, 1 bowel movement for every meal. It should be complete and easy, so you shouldn't be straining on the toilet, or you sit down and you try to push it out. That's not normal. You shouldn't force it out. You should sit down in the toilet and it should come out, look, like just easy peasy, right? And you shouldn't be able to read a whole newspaper in the toilet. Okay? So if you sit down in the toilet and you sit down in there and you're just like reading, like, oh wow, and you're scrolling your phone or whatever, and you need to go in and get out. Okay? You shouldn't be staying there for a long period of time. Okay? And if you strain, that's when you have your hemorrhoids and stuff that is created because of straining in the colon. No odor as well, or minimal odor. It shouldn't have a strong, pungent smell when you come up from the bathroom. And I'm telling you, we have done colimas. That's like using gravity with the water to clean out the colon. We've done those things. And I remember we did one with one guy. And we saw like black sticky stool coming out, and inside of there stinks so much. Like we tried to burn some candles, we tried whatever, but that thing was so strong. And the thing is, that's what happens when your colon become toxic. And I can imagine because he also was experiencing colon cancer. And that's probably one of the reasons that accelerated the colon cancer too, because we probably backed up toxic colon as well. So modern diets slow the colon. So low fiber, it helps you, it's like a broom. It helps you to sweep out and move the food throughout your system. So you need to include fiber in your diet, and I would say every single day at every meal. Okay? So you cannot have a meal without some vegetables or fruits. You hear what I'm saying, right? And I'm not talking about for some of our West Indian folk. I'm not talking about a little bit of grated carrots on the side. Okay? You need to include some dark green leafy vegetables, like salad. Salad every single day with your food. That's going to help to increase your elimination. And also salad, those dark greens, and especially in the raw form as well, the better. Those, you can get the minerals and vitamins from there that is essential for nutrients in your body. So some of you can be on a plant-based diet. You can be vegan, but you can still eat healthy. Because you don't eat no fruits or vegetables, and all you do is eat processed foods that has little or no nutrients inside, and you're going to be lacking nutrients. So when you're on a plant-based diet, you have to eat a complete diet, and you have to eat food with nutrients inside. So you have to include that raw fruits and vegetables in your diet every single day. Okay, processed foods can slow digestion, doesn't have fiber inside. Animal products doesn't have any fiber inside as well, that can slow digestion. Dehydration, because when the fiber goes into your colon, it absorbs liquid. So you can take fiber even as a supplement, and that can constipate you. Even though fiber helps to eliminate constipation, but fiber can also constipate you if you don't drink enough water, if you're dehydrated. Okay, that stool becomes hard in your colon. So you have to drink enough water so it hydrates that fiber in your colon and it can move through your colon easily. Also, sedentary lifestyle, lack of exercise, because exercise also helps in the movement of waste throughout your body. Also, having some good abdominal muscles. You ever wondered what is the purpose of abs? Abs can also help with, helping in the peristalsis movement for your food. So all these things are important to stay active and to move as well. Also, sorry, if you have weak stomach, close your eyes and turn away right now. I'm going to show you people who have gone through our cleanses. They did our colon cleanse, and this is what came out of them. Okay? There's this one lady, she did our colon cleanse, and for about 7 days straight, she had and she was doing juicing, no food, she wasn't eating any food. And for about 7 days straight, she had food coming out of her, solid food. And she was, look at this here. So, and look at some of we call this mucoid plaque. So you see that sticky side of stool? That is when it stays there for a long time, it becomes mucousy and dark and toxic, right? If you have a soft stomach, turn away. Look at some more of that here. And that's some juice area. You see it's pink right there, that's probably bits that they were juicing. But then, this lady said here, I have a concern. This is 9 days. This is day 9 of the cleanse. And I am still pooping, and much too. She is juicing at this time too as well. So she's not eating any solid food. So where is all that solid stuff coming from? That's been sitting there in the colon. So you say, should I go on longer? This is graphic. You say, I'm sorry, but I have to show you, she sent the pictures, what it has been like since day 1. The first picture is the last one I took today at 3:56 a.m. So she woke up early in the morning too as well. She had to go to the bathroom. And this is what the pictures she's showing here. There's pictures on top pictures she's showing. Every day she's showing pictures. This thing's coming out. You see how dark and ugly this thing is? That darkness, the hair is this thing that's been sitting down there. And for 9 days she have solid matter coming out. Where if you have a clean out colon, by day 2 or day 3 you should have the poop coming out clear by that time. Right? So we had a hand over here. So a diet was just a standard American diet. So he asked, so those who are online, what was a diet like? A standard American diet. Processed foods, not much raw vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. Just a regular diet, eating animal foods and so forth. This is what the diet was like. Okay? So what happens after cleansing? So you have regular bowel movements, reduced bloating, clearer skin, increased energy, better sleep, and improved mood as well. So let's talk about some natural remedies for cleansing. So these are some herbs there that you can use for colon cleansing. And these herbs there are the herbs that are included in our colon cleanse here too as well. This is included in our colon cleanse. So if you want to go home and do it yourself, these are some of the herbs you can take. Psyllium husk is high in fiber. Acts like a broom inside your colon to sweep out and clean your colon. We have apple pectin. Okay, so apple pectin. The good thing about apple pectin too is studies have shown that it can help even to absorb some of the heavy metals in your colon. So as it goes into your colon, it can absorb some of the heavy metals. So you clean out some heavy metals too while you clean out your colon. Also flaxseed. Flaxseed. If you don't already incorporate flaxseed just in the regular eating, you need to do so. So add like a tablespoon of flaxseed with your food every single day. So flaxseed, remember yesterday we talked about ALA, the omega-3 fatty acid. Flaxseed has omega-3 fatty acid, but also flaxseed helps you to move and go to the bathroom as well. And also flaxseed is what we call a prebiotic. So it's the difference between a probiotic. So a prebiotic is not, it doesn't have bacteria in there, friendly bacteria in the flaxseed itself, but when it goes into the colon, and it begins to ferment in the colon, then it's going to regenerate the bacteria, the good bacteria that you have in your colon. So if your bacteria is sluggish or the population of your good bacteria is dying off, then flaxseed can help to regenerate the population of your good bacteria in your colon. So incorporate flaxseed with your meal every single day. I would say 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. Having the flaxseed grounded as well is even better. Grounded flaxseed. Because if you have it as a whole seed, you will recognize that some of the flaxseed comes out in the stool whole. So if you ground it up, you can be able to absorb more of the nutrients from the flaxseed. And if you buy grounded flaxseed, buy it in a small packet, so you use it quicker because the longer it stays when it's grounded, the more it loses some of its nutritive value. So then if you buy it as wholes, you can blend it up in the blender at home and use it when it's fresh. Okay? The other hand, somewhere here. No? Oh, answer, okay, answer already. Great. So flaxseed. Another one is aloe vera. You can use aloe vera. Now, how you use aloe vera, because aloe vera can be bitter, but you can take away the bitterness of the aloe vera by taking the skin of the aloe vera and peeling the skin, the green part of the aloe vera, so you get only the clear part of the aloe vera, and then you can even rinse that under the tap, the water, to get rid of some of the green juices that is on the green skin of the aloe vera. When you wash that away, you'd realize that the aloe vera is not as bitter. So you can either eat the clear parts of the aloe vera raw, just like that, you can eat it up, or you can blend it up, okay? You can blend it up and consume it. You can blend it up into a smoothie or whatever and consume that aloe vera. Aloe vera is great for the colon. It's like a laxative, so it can help you to go to the bathroom. And also aloe vera is healing as well. So if you have stomach ulcers, stomach pain and stuff like that, you can take that aloe vera and that can help with your stomach ulcers to repair your lining of your stomach. So aloe vera can help to repair the lining of your stomach, and aloe vera is a laxative that can help you to go to the bathroom and clean out your colon as well. So someone says, what is mucus plaque? That's what I'm showing on the screen, the black sticky stool. That's what we call the mucus plaque. It's just a name of calling the stool that it becomes mucousy and black, and it's normally stool that has been in your colon for a long period of time. So also slippery elm. Slippery elm is a good one as well, and slippery elm is actually great as we talked about ulcers. So if you have ulcer, also if you have gastritis, any of these problems, slippery elm can help to repair as well the lining of your stomach, and it can really help you if you have pain in your stomach from an ulcer or from gastritis. You take a tablespoon of slippery elm, every single day. You can even go upwards to like 2 tablespoons. But as I said before, those things are high in fiber too. Fiber, as we said, helps to clean out the colon, but you want to make sure you stay hydrated, especially consuming more fiber, because you don't want it to constipate you, especially slippery elm, the psyllium, all this stuff. Drink plenty of water, okay? Also senna. So senna, take a little bit of senna, not too much senna, okay? Like a teaspoon at a time, because senna is a strong laxative. You don't want to be taking a whole tablespoon of senna. You're going to be in the bathroom all day. Okay, so senna is a laxative, and it's a very strong laxative. So just be mindful of that. If you're pregnant, you might want to stay from senna, especially in the last trimester and so forth, because you don't want to have any mishaps. Senna is pretty strong. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can do here to clean out your colon and detoxify your colon. And also we said before that some of these herbs, we have a mixture of these herbs right here as a formula all together in our colon cleanser as well. Yes? So we're going to have the microphone here. Okay, you can ask the question again for those who are here online.
Yeah, with the workshop package.
Yeah.
Does it just last for 1 per day usage, or can I do it more than once for the year?
So the cleanses is supposed to be 10 days each. So we have different phases during the workshop. So one box should last you for 30 days. But the workshop, you get access to our online videos and all the materials online. We have like a juicing shopping guide, like how to shop for your juices, your vegetables, and all the stuff that it has online in the full package, so that you have access to for a lifetime. So if you want to do the cleanse again, you can just buy the cleanse kit without buying the whole workshop. But then the workshop, this cleanser, you have to buy another one if you want to do it again. You might have a little bit left over when you do the cleanse. That's totally normal, but just keep in mind that it will last you for a 30-day period, about there. All right. So now also another one is alfalfa. Alfalfa is another one that you can take for cleansing your colon. And also alfalfa is very nourishing. It's one of those herbs that has, just like sea moss, that has a lot of different minerals and vitamins all together in there as well. Okay? One thing that you can do as well is a warm lemon water. If you don't have the practice of drinking lemon water, first thing when you wake up in the morning, this is what you can do, not just for the colon, but for all the different organs too as well. As you go throughout the presentation, you will see that as well. Okay. Yeah, so at any point, like I say, when we're done or throughout the class, if you want to, they have massage, hand massage and so forth in the back. So they have some stuff happening too as well that you can enjoy. Okay? So warm lemon water for your colon, for your kidneys, for your liver, your blood. All the lemon water can help with all these various things right here. So 1 lemon, or you can even do like a half a lemon if it's too strong for you. And then you drink, 2 cups of warm water. It doesn't have to be hot, just warm water. And you squeeze the lemon, of course, in the 2 cups of warm water or hot water, and let it warm down, let it cool down. And you allow it to cool and drink first thing in the morning. Okay, first thing in the morning. And lemon, even though lemon is acidic, when it goes through the kidneys, it has an alkalizing effect on the blood. And lemon is one of those things that can help to dissolve kidney stones and also gallbladder and liver stones as well. Lemon. So lemon is actually a great cleanser. If you use lemon and you use it for cleaning, you spritz it everywhere, you clean your countertop and so forth, it cleans out your body the same way as well. So first thing in the morning when you wake up, introduce your stomach with some nice warm lemon water to start your day. And you can see that some people do this here, and it activates the bowel, and they want to go to the bathroom first thing in the morning after consuming that. Yes?
Is it beneficial to add molasses to the water? Because there's a little debate. Some people say yes, add molasses. Some people say no, and don't add molasses.
So it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Molasses is very nutritious. Molasses is high in iron. So if you add a tablespoon of molasses in there, lemon helps to increase the absorption of iron in the molasses. So then that can be beneficial for someone who's lacking iron. If you're anemic, add the molasses in there. That's going to help with your anemia. Women who go through the menstrual cycle, they lose a lot of blood during the cycle. It helps one to rebuild the blood afterwards. Add the molasses in there. If you have any hormonal issues, like women with polycystic ovarian cysts or any type of cysts or fibroids and stuff like that, you have high estrogen levels, use the molasses. Because molasses has the right balance of minerals that supports the liver, and the liver what helps to eliminate excess estrogen from your system. So if you take the molasses, it's going to help to eliminate that extra estrogen and help to balance out your estrogen levels in your body and help with your hormonal balance. Okay, so molasses is actually beneficial. You don't have to do it, but if you want some of those benefits that I mentioned, then you can add molasses together with that as well. Okay? Okay, so also olives. Olives is a food that you can actually use to help to go to the bathroom. So eat 5 to 10 olives with each meal to relieve constipation. Okay, so olives can help you to go to the bathroom. And olives, also oil, the oil from the olives can actually help in the absorption, especially if you put it in your salad, because your salad has a lot of minerals, and we talk about iron as well, iron. So iron could be, fat soluble, or you need some lemon and stuff to absorb the nutrients. So when you add the olives, the fats from the olives can help in the uptake of nutrients from your salad too. But also it helps to eliminate waste too as well. Also senna tea. We talked about the tea here. This is how you do it here. You can take like a half a teaspoon of senna into a teacup. Then you pour 1 cup of boiling water in the teacup and you let it cool, and then you drink that. Okay? Remember, senna is very strong and potent. Sometimes I would try maybe the other stuff first and use senna the last. If you work at a job, right? Just keep in mind, you take senna, you're going to be in the bathroom. Okay? Sometimes 2 or 3 times in the bathroom. So let's keep that in mind. And that's why when we did our colon cleanse, we have a good mixture of laxative and also fiber-rich foods in there. So it doesn't send you the same way like senna would send you in the toilet. So it's more slow acting. Okay? This is our last remedy here for the colon. The smooth move recipe. We call it smooth move because it helps you to go to the bathroom, have a smooth bowel movement, and you do 1 cup of pitted prunes, 2 tablespoons of flaxseed, and you can do the grounded flaxseed as well. Keep in mind it's going to get it thick, so you want to drink this down. 3 cups of unsweetened prune juice, and you blend it together in a blender, and you take 1 to 2 cups per day as needed until desired results are achieved. Okay? So, just to inform you, this is going to make you go to the bathroom, okay? And it's very effective, especially prune juice, very effective. Sometimes people are having trouble going to the bathroom at our center, and sometimes we use prune juice to help them to move and go to the bathroom. So you're going to be going after using this here. If you're chronically constipated, then using this here can help you to go to the bathroom. Our smooth move recipe. Yes?
I know that in the Caribbean, when the kids are at home, we give them a quinoa, right? Some of the ingredients they don't have for quinoa. So can you use that for the children during the summer as quinoa?
Definitely. You can give your children prune juice. It's not going to hurt them. My children are maybe a little bit special, but we have them use the prune juices. We have them use all the stuff like that. And they take the stuff here. So it's kid friendly. It's just juice. It's just from a fruit, the prunes. So it's very safe for children to use, especially some of the foods there. Okay, and flaxseed too. Give your children flaxseed. It's great for them, especially at a young age, getting those omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, all right. So we're gonna move on to our next organ that we're gonna be talking about here. And we're going to go a little faster so that we can get to our juices. So the liver right now. Okay. All right. So this is how we know if you need a liver cleanse right here. This is the orchestrator of internal cleanliness. So your liver performs over 500 functions but its most critical is acting as the primary filtration system to your entire blood supply. Okay, so the stats, it filters over 250 gallons of blood every single day. Okay, at any given moment, 15% of your blood is inside your liver. Also, we have here, it is the only organ that can completely regenerate itself from a small piece. Okay, that's why if you cut the liver, it can actually grow back. Okay, so that's why I tell people, inside your body, you have organs. Every single organ inside your body has a purpose. Even your appendix has a purpose, okay? When you cut out your organs, there's nothing that we can do to help you after that, okay? So then we can help you if you have the organ there, okay? So then sometimes, people have the gallbladders becomes inflamed. They get fatty liver, and they get different stuff that happens with their liver. Now, I'm not sure if this person is on here watching live right now, but we had someone who went through our cleansing program, and also they come to our center, and the doctors were telling them that they wanted to cut out the gallbladder. So we told her, listen, when you cut out your gallbladder, there's nothing that you can do to, replace the gallbladder. So why not try naturally to clean out your gallbladder and your liver? And so she came to our center, and she went through our cleansing, and she did the liver cleanse. And then she said, you know what, she wanted to do it again when she go back home. She saw what we were doing and everything with the flush. I'm going to talk about it right here. And she went back home and she did the liver cleansing again. She took our liver cleanse from our cleanse kit right here. And then when she went back to the doctor, just recently, she messaged us maybe a few weeks ago, and she said here that the doctor said there's nothing wrong with a gallbladder anymore. Doesn't need any surgery. Gallbladder is all cleaned out. Okay? So what I'm showing you here is we can probably help you to save yourself from doing a surgery, right? So we're going to be showing you how to use those herbs and clean out your gallbladder, your liver, so you don't have to be able to go under the knife. Yes, we have a question right there. Go ahead, you can ask a question.
Oh yeah, there are many videos outside you have removed the appendix. What is the function of the appendix? And if that is removed, what effect does it have on the body?
So with the appendix, the purpose of the appendix, for instance, appendix becomes inflamed, and when your colon becomes toxic, especially. You have a toxic colon, you have some buildup inside your colon, and a lot of times we see people, just by doing a colon cleanse, are able to save themselves from even cutting out the appendix. So this is your body's signal for toxicity, and so we have, all these organs in our body, and there are things that we can do to negate ourselves from cutting it out or doing surgery and so forth. Now, obviously, I'm not telling people what to do. If you have your surgery schedule, I'm not telling you not to do your surgery. What I'm telling you is that there are things that you can do so you don't have to cut those things out. Like colon cleansing for your appendix. Also for your gallbladder, flushing out your gallbladder. I'm going to show you the liver flush right here throughout our presentation as well. We have another question. Oh, sorry. We have another question again on the same subject. Now, obviously, I'm not telling people. Yeah. So if you have it removed, then I'll tell you just do the best that God has given you. If you had your gallbladder removed, it's not a death sentence. Do the best that you have. Do the cleansing still. You can still do the cleansing. You can still do the liver cleansing too as well. People ask us all the time, if I had my gallbladder removed, can I do the liver cleanse? Yes. You still have a liver, so you can clean it out. You still have a colon, you can clean it out, and you'll be fine. It's just that your gallbladder stores bile, and so you can help to digest fats and so forth. You don't have that storage anymore, so you have to produce that bile and push it out into your liver when you eat fats. Okay. So and then some people on medications to prevent certain things from happening, but Yeah, that's another subject. Yes. We have another question over here.
Yes. What is the recovery process in time for conventional versus herb?
What's the, sorry again, one more time?
What's the recovery time?
Recovery time?
Process, yeah. Time.
There's no recovery time for natural stuff. You mean like after doing the cleanse?
For somebody who believes in conventional medicine,
Yeah.
they want to know how long it's going to take versus the instant gratification of the.
You mean to cleanse your liver?
Yeah. Well,
So you go through the cleanse, the liver cleanse. Usually we have about 7 to 10 days, and after that you eliminate the stones out of your system. And after that there's basically no recovery. Probably just transitioning back to eating if you do like a cleanse, a juice cleansing. But usually 7 to 10 days you can help to push out the stones, and I'm going to show you very soon how to do that as well. Someone says, what happens when the thyroids are removed? Thyroids have to regulate hormones and stuff like that. All those things are important in the body. But as I said before, it's removed already. You do the best that you can by God's grace. And you can still live a very long and healthy life if you change your lifestyle around. You just have to be more deliberate in changing your diet and eating a healthy lifestyle afterwards. Yes?
Thank you so much for the wonderful lesson, Raymond. Just to answer his question, and then I as well try to answer his grandpa here.
Yeah.
So regarding conventional medicine and now the natural process of healing, there is a quote, I think I might say this means for healing. It says, nature's process of healing is gradual, but the invention is still slow.
Yeah.
Nature's process of healing is gradual. So it's over time. For you to have detox for your liver, it took time for it to have the inflammation, for it to have the toxins, for it to have whatever it has. And as we said earlier, the liver takes, it forgives, but it heals, forgives. So continual habits to the liver, then at one point, now it will not heal or it will not forgive you. And so in this case, for you to heal it, then you need to be patient as you go through the detox, as you take your lifestyle and so on. Now conventional medicine, whatever we do in the hospital, many times is more quick fixes and we don't address the lifestyle changes. At the same time, we don't really have an actual drug to detox your body. What we do many times in the hospital, we give you lactose, which helps like to have diarrhea more. You like every now and then you have to go to the bathroom and so on. Sometimes we have to make you NPO, you don't need to eat for a specific duration of time. Another thing for your body to go back to normal way. But as well, it doesn't fully say that you are detoxified. Though we may have a medication to add on that, but eventually you don't go back to a new way of system, Yeah, that's what I think what happens. And then to address the question that he asked about appendectomy, what happens when your appendix is being removed. Yes, you can go through the natural cleanse so that your appendix is not going to be removed. But now this one is for someone who goes for regular checkup. Why? It's because when you have appendicitis, that's a surgical emergency. Many times you have seen patients who are going to be rushed for surgery so that the appendix is not going to rupture. That's a medical or surgical emergency. So it depends at what stage if your appendix inflamed or has the appendicitis. So you don't have to do the colon cleanse if your appendix is at the stage whereby you have like a few minutes to you have severe pain and so on. That's when you may need surgical intervention immediately. But now someone who undergoes regular checkups and is like, my appendix each and every day is growing up, is swelling up, then you may rescue that with the natural stuff. And so you have to know at what stage do you want to bring in the natural process. Because you may want to do the natural process, but you are at the stage or a specific stage which it may be part of you. That's according to my thing.
Okay. So now let us speed run now. We have to go through all the we still have like one or two more to go, and we still haven't got to the juices yet. So maybe a pause in the questions just for a little bit. Unless it's like a clarity of anything I'm talking about, just raise your hand and just say very quickly, like how many cups or whatever, if it's just a clarity on one point. And we're going to speed run very quick because I want to be able to finish within an hour's time, if we can. Okay? So now, with our colon here, let's go very quickly. So the 3 phases of detoxification. We have phase 1, modification. So enzymes break down toxins into smaller, often more reactive pieces. Then we have phase 2, which is conjugation. So the liver packages these pieces with protective molecules like glutathione to make them harmless and water soluble. And then there is a phase 3, which is excretion. So the packaged waste is sent into bile for the colon or the blood for the kidneys to leave the body. And when you eliminate those stones, it comes out from your small intestine, goes into your large intestine, and you poop it out. It's going to come out through your poop. Okay? Signs of a toxic liver: persistent fatigue, digestive issues, unexplained weight gain, skin issues, dark urine, abdominal pain as well. Also jaundice, like yellowing of the eye, mood swings, joint pain, chronic headaches as well. And these are some pictures there of people who have gone through our liver cleansing and gallbladder cleansing. See what comes out of them. You see liver stones, you see gallstones, you see cholesterol balls, all these things are coming out. Sometimes you go online and you search for certain things and you look at the liver cleansing, and people say that it's fake. They say that this is creating the balls when you take the stuff that we talk about and it comes out. But let me tell you right now, we have seen so many people have gone through our liver cleanse who don't need a surgery anymore after going through this thing. They schedule for surgery, then they do the checkup before they do the surgery, and they say there's no need for surgery. Happen over and over again. My wife, even when her bra would sit on a liver, she would feel an uncomfortable pain, feeling like she felt nauseous and stuff like that. And she did the liver cleansing, and every time she did it, she had less and less and less stones that come out. So that shows me that the flush actually works. Okay, and we've seen it from first-hand experience, not from something that we read online. This is something that we do at our center, and people go for our cleanse that have done, and people go and they check up with the medical professionals before and after doing it, and this thing actually works there. These are some more pictures here in the toilet. It comes out. This is what it comes out as. So sometimes you'll see here like little bits. You may not see like full, like little stones, like tiny balls, but you may little bits in the toilet. Some people's own comes out bigger, and some people's own comes out a little bit smaller, like bits, and it doesn't look like any stones. Okay? So these are all things. This is one of them that comes out like little bits inside the toilet. This is people with the stones that is coming out during the flush of the liver. And I can tell you right now, probably everyone that have gone through our cleanse have had liver stones come out from there. Even young, 19, 20-year-olds have gone through and have had this come out from them. Okay, some people more and some people less, the amount of stones that comes out. This is my wife here. She did it and she took a picture, she put it in a Ziploc bag. Don't ask us how she took it out, but she put it in a Ziploc bag and she took a picture to show people. Look at my face right by it. The stones are actually coming out from my system. So, strategic support. So there's the beta rule. Just like you have your parasites, beta can also help with the liver as well. So beta foods like dandelion, arugula, they stimulate bile flow. And also we have cruciferous power. So broccoli, cauliflower, kale, they contain sulforaphane, which directly boosts the phase 2 detox enzymes. So we have the beta herbs that helps to produce the bile, and also cruciferous that helps to move those toxins from the system. Also, we have sulfur secret, like garlic, onions provide sulfur needed for conjugation, that's binding together, coming together of the stones to prepare them for elimination from the system. And then you have hydration. Water is essentially phase 3, where you move the stones from the kidneys. And we'll show you here what you mix the water with to help to really push the stones out. Okay? So nature's liver support. So herbal powerhouses, like we talked about our cleanses. In our liver cleanse, we have some of those herbs all mixed together in a formula for you to be convenient, like milk thistle. We're not going to get into too much detail now because we're low on time. Dandelion, root, and also we have turmeric. Like we talked about curcumin yesterday as well, reduces inflammation in the liver and prevents the bottleneck of phase 2 detoxification. And also artichoke extract. It promotes bile flow and can help lower LDL cholesterol as well, reducing fatty load on the liver. Artichoke extract. Those you can even take as a supplement. The curcumin as a supplement too as well. The reset results. So you can get hormonal balance, so the liver breaks down excess estrogen and stress hormones like cortisol, and it clears it out to stabilize your body. Also blood sugar stability, so a clean liver stores and reduces glucose perfectly, ending the 3 p.m. energy crash. Also immune protection by filtering pathogens from the gut before they reach the rest of the body. A healthy liver is your best defense. So natural remedies for the liver. So simple liver tonic. In the morning, we talked about this one already. The fresh, warm lemon water is a good liver detox. We talked about this yesterday as well. The golden milk. So warm plant milk with turmeric and a pinch of like black pepper for absorption. And also you can even add ginger in there to help it be more potent. Is good for nighttime inflammation repair. And also we have beet juice. So beet juice, fresh beet juice contains betaine, which helps the liver cells eliminate toxins and protects the bile ducts as well. So this is how you make the golden milk liver tonic. So what you do, you take a half or 1 teaspoon of organic turmeric powder. Also you take your black pepper. You can do just a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper have been shown, and even pepperine have been shown to increase turmeric absorption by 2,000%. Okay? Also, you can do healthy fat as well, because remember, turmeric can also be fat soluble, so that can help your absorption. So you can either do your black pepper, or you can do healthy fat like coconut oil. If you use a coconut milk, then great. Then you can get some of that fattiness, the oil from the coconut, as well as the milk at the same time. So the base will be 1.5 cups of coconut, almond, or soy milk, and then you can use a half an inch of fresh ginger roots, grated or minced. And then what you can do here, you can boil this as a tea, right? Warm it up and make it bring it to a boil and let it cool. Or if you don't want to use the ginger and strain it out and do all that, you can use ginger powder. You can use ginger powder as well. And then you mix up all those things, you shake it up, your golden milk, and you drink that golden milk, okay? Instead of having some supper, you can even drink your golden milk as a supper treat as well. And you can add also sweetness to your liking. So honey or agave or something, add some sweetness in there just to make it more palatable for you to consume. And you've made your golden milk, your liver tonic as well. So it can taste good and also is beneficial for the body as well. So sweetness is optional, so you can add in some raw honey or some maple syrup to balance the earthiness of that golden milk. Okay? We're going to skip ahead. In the juicing remedy, I'm going to talk about some liver cleansing and how you can do a flush for your liver. I'm going to talk about it in the juicing period just so we can save on time. Let's just go to our next one really quickly, so we can end here very soon. Blood detoxification, very quickly. Okay. So someone said, can cayenne be added instead of black pepper? Now, you know, pepper has the pepperine, which has been studied to increase the absorption of the turmeric. I'm not sure for capsaicin, for what is the compound in the cayenne, but pepper, particularly black pepper, that has the pepperine in there, that's what really helps with the absorption. Okay? So why does the blood matter? So the blood delivers oxygen, nutrients, removes waste and toxins, supports immunity, nourishes every organ. A healthy blood equals a healthy body, as we said before during our health nugget in the morning. So the Bible says in Leviticus chapter 17 verse 11, for the life of the flesh is in the blood. So then if you have a life-giving blood, your body will also be alive as well. If you have blood that is not alive, that has toxins and so forth, your body wouldn't be as healthy. Okay, so what pollutes the blood? Processed foods, excess sugar, animal fats, chemical additives, and poor digestion. Constipation, parasites as well. Okay, so how toxins enter the blood? So from digestive tract, from poor colon elimination, from liver overload, and from kidney stress. That's why when we do our cleansing, we start with the parasite, then we go into the colon, then we go into the blood. So that way, when you clean out the colon, the liver and stuff like that, then we clean out the blood, because those things can toxify the blood. Your liver, your colon can toxify your blood. Also from parasites, toxins can enter your blood. So signs of blood toxicity: constant fatigue, skin issues, inflammation, digestive problems, unhealthy diet, sugar cravings, frequent headaches, dark under eyes, and slow healing. So all signs of a toxic blood. This is the picture of a live blood cell analysis, a picture of someone's blood that is beginning to coagulate together. So you see all the clumping of the cells, irregular shapes of the cells and stuff like that. It's not like spherical. So these are all signs there that the blood needs a little bit of help to be more healthy. This is what a healthy blood will more look like. It's all spherical, it's spaced out, and the cells can breathe. Okay? So then oxygen helps to the ultimate purifier. So just breathing in pure oxygen, right? Not toxic oxygen filled with smog and stuff like that. High oxygen levels help to maintain a healthy pH balance of your blood. So some people drink alkaline water. Do you know what's even more potent than drinking alkaline water? Breathing in negative ionized air. Okay, that is fresh, clean air that can help to alkalize your body, because all those toxins in your breathing, those things there can actually cause free radicals inside your system. Okay? Deep breathing as well. It increases the CO2 exchange, so it moves your lymphatic system as well. So you remove carbon monoxide from your system, carbon dioxide, and you breathe in oxygen as well. Okay? A movement. Exercise increases circulation, preventing blood stagnation as well. Okay, so deep breathing, we talked about this already. Also movement, exercise can help to move your blood, so it increases circulation. Blood purifying superfoods. These are some foods that helps to clean the blood. Chlorophyll. We're going to be talking about this in our juices. Chlorophyll is what makes your vegetables green. Okay, gives that green color. Okay, so chlorophyll, chemical similar to hemoglobin, and it helps build and deodorize the blood. So chlorophyll is one of those elements that is closest to our blood. There's only one element in chlorophyll that is different from our blood. It's almost a perfect exchange. So chlorophyll can help to rebuild blood. So we have those that are strong, very strong in chlorophyll. We have wheatgrass, spirulina, and spinach. Those are high in chlorophyll. Other vegetables too, like the kale, the celery, and all this stuff have chlorophyll. Most of your vegetables have chlorophyll. Some have more or less of the amount. But those foods there. Also, your reds, your beets, they contain betalains, which support liver, the phase 2 detox and blood flow as well. So beets red helps with blood. And also we have garlic, contains sulfur to help the liver flush heavy metals as well. Garlic can help the liver flush heavy metals. Talking about detoxifying your blood and your liver. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli and kale help to neutralize carcinogens. So you have abnormal cells in your blood. Your cruciferous vegetables can help to get rid of this carcinogens. Burdock roots. So the premier blood purifying herbalism, it moves deep-seated toxins. So burdock root for blood purifying. Red clover. Outside, in your grass, you'll see those little pinkish reddish things. All red clover is like weeds, but it's actually beneficial for your body. And we chop them down, we're like, what is this weeds in my garden or in my grass? But red clover is actually beneficial for your blood. Okay? And also we have yellow dock. It increases iron absorption and stimulates bile as well. Also we have neem an ancient Ayurvedic, blood purifier used for skin health as well. So your blood, if your blood is healthy, your skin is going to be healthy as well. Okay? So some natural remedies for the blood, 3 daily habits for pure blood. One of them is dry brushing. And if you've ever done dry brushing before, but you take your dry brush and you brush your skin dry, and you can see your dead skin cells are going to be falling off. And also you do it towards your heart. You always brush towards your heart area, and in the center, in circular motion from your feet downwards, upwards towards your heart area. Because you have most of your lymph nodes in this area right here, and then this can help to eliminate the waste. When you move with the brush, it's going to move the the lymph through your lymphatic system and towards your bloodstream to eliminate that waste inside the lymphatic system. So I don't know if you've ever heard of lymph drainage massage, where they massage your body in such a way that you remove the lymph in your body to be eliminated. Okay, so dry brushing is almost like getting a lymph drainage massage if you do it towards the heart. Okay, so you can get a dry brush. It's going to help to exfoliate your skin as well. Exfoliate means to get rid of dead skin cells. So it's going to open up your pores so your skin can breathe. Your skin is your largest organ, your largest eliminating organ too. Your skin eliminates waste. Okay, by sweating. If your pores are clogged up, then it cannot eliminate that waste. So that's very important. Also, contrast showers. So what you do, you go into the shower and you do hot and cold. So 3 minutes hot and about 30 seconds cold. I'm talking about ice cold. Put it all the way in cold. Those of you in the city right here, your water is not as cold as where we are. So don't cheap out and say, oh, can I put a little on the cooler side? No, put it all the way in cold, because your water is not truly cold right here in the city. Okay, so all those who have come to our center would notice that we have a well, and we have well water. And when the water comes from the ground, that is what they call ice. So I always tell people, if you want to come to our center and you want to see grown men cry, then you come and you see them in the bathroom after doing our sauna, any hot therapies that we do at our center. They go into the shower and we put it on the cold water, and you hear them inside there, and screaming inside there in the cold water. Okay, so hot and cold contrast shower helps to improve circulation and helps to move the blood throughout your system, helps you to sweat, helps you to open up your pores, especially when the hot water is applied. It opens up the pores and you help to release some of those toxins inside your body. Okay, the green shots as well. A daily ounce of liquid chlorophyll or wheatgrass juice can help to purify your blood too, and even help to create more blood. All right, let's go to the next one right here. Very quickly, I think this is our last one. Our kidneys. Our kidney right here. Very quickly. So kidneys processes 200 quarts of blood daily. So the job is to filter your blood, regulates blood pressure, balances electrolytes, produces hormones for red blood cells. What damages the kidneys? Dietary stressors, high sugar, processed salt, excess animal protein, which your body has to produce. If your body tries to convert protein to use as energy, it has a byproduct, nitrates, and that is very damaging to your kidneys. So your body has to process that. Soda, especially phosphoric acid from the sodas, that can damage your kidneys. And dehydration, the number one cause of kidney stress is dehydration. Okay? And another one is medications. Overuse of NSAIDs like ibuprofen and naproxen can also put a strain on your kidneys. Also, environmental toxins, heavy metals, and pesticides can also put a strain on your kidney. Remember, your kidney is a filtering organ. So someone is asking about the black pepper, going back, and they talk about if you can use the pepper in by itself. Someone is counseled to stay away from black pepper. So we also don't use black pepper in food, but we use it as medicine. So then if you use it as a tea, it goes through your bloodstream within 15 to 30 minutes, versus if you eat it and it stays in your stomach for 4 or 5 hours, then that can affect and irritate your stomach lining. But if you drink it as a tea, for medicinal purposes, it stays for a much shorter time in your stomach. It doesn't do the damage to your stomach lining as if you eat it. So using black pepper, use it as for herbal, for tea, medicinal instead. Okay. Also signs of a toxic kidney, urinary tract infections, frequent urination, change in urine color, bad taste in the mouth, itchy skin, and lower back pain as well. So why stones form? So the mechanism. So super saturation of minerals, not enough fluid to dilute them. Okay, so you have to drink enough water. Now I've seen people, and even when I was at school as a young boy, they had kids who survived on soda and juices, and they don't drink any water. There's no replacement for water, not even green juice, not even herbal teas. You need to drink fresh, pure water. And I've met someone in the past who said they do not like the taste of water. Okay? Water is pretty tasteless, right? And they don't like water taste. But you have to drink water, okay? Because that can cause more concentration of the minerals. Just imagine your home. Have you ever gotten like a lime cleaner or calcium remover or something like that to clean out your tub or your toilet bowl or whatever? And that's the same thing that's happening in your system. Just imagine that the water that has the heavy minerals and so forth, and your kidneys are filtering that out, it coagulates over a period of time. Okay? So the types, we have calcium oxalate, most common type of stone. Uric acid is linked to diet and gout. That's what we urinate out. That's why I call it urine, because we have a high amount of uric acid in our urine. So water helps you to flush those things out of your system. You don't want it to stay in your system, because if it starts to accumulate, like let's say in your joint areas, that can begin to crystallize, and that can cause stabbing pain in your knees. We call arthritis, or like gout. That's what gout is throughout the body. You have a crystallization of that uric acid, and you don't want that to happen to you. Okay? So the trigger, dehydration plus high oxalate foods, an acidic environment. An acidic environment can also lead to more kidney stones. Okay? So foods to embrace versus avoid. So these are what we would say to eat as a cleanser. Watermelon and cucumber. And also you can already guess it. Watermelon has a higher water content. Cucumber has a higher water content as well. But also what you can do here is to take watermelon, make a watermelon juice, blend it up with the seeds. If you can get the seeds also has therapeutic benefits and it can help to get rid of kidney stones too as well. Okay? Now also berries, like cranberries and blueberries. And the thing about berries, cranberries especially, help to fight bacteria as well. So if you have a urinary tract infection, concentrated cranberries can help you to get rid of that urinary tract infection. Okay? So you take about 3 to 4 ounces of that cranberry juice, 2 to 3 times a day. You can dilute it in water if you want to, but drink that. You want to drink the concentration of the cranberries, not the cranberry juice that is watered down with sugar inside. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a concentrated cranberry juice. That's what you use there to help with urinary tract infection, and also can help to clean out your kidneys too at the same time. And just eating the cranberries can help too. I know cranberries is very sour, but yeah, the juice is very beneficial. Leafy greens as well, like parsley especially, and cilantro can help to eliminate heavy metal. It's like a heavy metal detox inside your kidney as well. Okay? And what you can even do is to drink some charcoal afterwards. Like if those heavy metals are released into your system, you don't want any reabsorption, you can take some charcoal to help to bind to those heavy metals to eliminate out of your system. Okay? So foods to avoid, processed meats. It's high in sodium. Okay? Colas, like soft drinks. We talked about this earlier. Phosphoric acid, dairy as well. And also, not all water is created equal. So the problem with hard tap water, especially where we live, where we have well water, is that it's loaded with inorganic minerals, rock-based calcium, magnesium carbonate, that the body cannot easily utilize. Okay? That's why we don't drink our well water. It has to go through a filtration process. We drink filtered water have to be a proper filtration as well. Like reverse osmosis is something that is good enough to get rid of those heavy minerals, inorganic minerals from our water. So the kettle effect, if you ever boil water in a kettle and eventually you see the scales on the end, inside the kettle, that is what's the buildup of those inorganic minerals inside the kettle. That is what's building up inside your kidneys. So that's why we advise people to drink more soft water. And by soft water, we mean filtered water, properly filtered water like reverse osmosis, or even water that is being filtered by using steam methods like distillation, so distilled, and also good filtration water as well. At Walmart, even Walmart has the machine, the Primo machines, where they have a filtered water, and they can fill those big 5-gallon jugs. And then you can get, it goes through 5 filtration processes, like reverse osmosis, carbon filtration, UV light, and so forth. So you can even go to the Walmart and now you can get refills, your big gallon bottles, and you can get clean water there as well. So when you buy water, let's try to get as clean water as possible, filtered, and stay away from those hard waters. And some of those spring waters are a little harder because it has more minerals inside of there. And you want to get minerals from your food and from your salts, and not just from your water, because you might get inorganic minerals that your body can't even use in the first place. Okay, chemical contaminants in our water, we have chlorine and fluoride forced. It forces the kidneys to work overtime to filter them out as well. Also, the solution is purified option, reverse osmosis, or distilled water, the hungry water that also pulls toxins from our system. So distilled can also zap out free radicals from our system too. Also, tip, remineralize purified water with a pinch of Celtic salt or electrolyte drops to replace good minerals as well. If you want minerals from your water, put a pinch of salt, Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt. They have about 80-something different minerals inside, so this can provide your electrolytes. And also when you cook your food, you cook with salt. We don't advocate for a salt-free diet, but we advocate for the right salt in your diet. So Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt is salts that are better than the table salt, which is basically sodium chloride. Sodium is what really causes the problem. So this is what it looks like here with all that buildup of those inorganic minerals that can build up inside your kettle, inside even the distillation machine that we have a picture of right here. And this is what is happening inside your kidneys, so those kidney stones begin to form. And the different types of kidney stones there that we have shown right here. And then this is the picture of some of the kidney stones. They're very painful. That's why you want to dissolve them. You want to do some stuff to dissolve them. So and when it goes down your ureter, it can be very painful if you try to push them out. Okay, so you want to dissolve them. That's why we don't do any kidney flushes. We do things to help to dissolve the kidney stones, because for men that can be very painful. And for it to come out of the men tool that they have, that'll be very painful. Okay? You don't want the stone to be coming out whole for any part of your body. It's very, very painful. Okay, so nature's supposed to be kidney cleansers right here. Stinging nettle, reduces inflammation and supports infiltration. Dandelion, a powerful diuretic that replaces potassium. So a diuretic, it helps you to eliminate. And also corn silk soothes the urinary tract as well. So you know the silk of the corn, you have the corn and you have the still hairy stuff. That's the silk, corn silk. And also chanca piedra, literally translated to stone breaker, used to dissolve in stones. And also nature's kidney support supplements. So we have like magnesium, helps to balance calcium absorption. You don't want to take calcium supplements because those things, your body cannot use it properly. That can cause clogging up of your kidneys as well. Vitamin B6 works with magnesium to reduce oxalate levels. And also probiotics helps the gut process waste so the kidneys don't have to process that waste as well. So natural remedies for kidneys, the best one that you can use is water. Sip throughout the day, don't jug it all at once. Water is the primary kidney cleanser. Lemon water, we talked about this already, that you can use. Also watermelon smoothie. So all you do is you take a watermelon, the inside of the watermelon with seeds. If you get the seeded one, even better. Drink 2 cups per day. So you just take the watermelon and just blend it up in the blender, and you made a watermelon smoothie. And just drink that 2 to 3 times a day. That can actually cleanse your kidneys. To assist in the elimination of kidney stones too as well. The lemon also helps to dissolve the stones inside your kidney. Also cranberry juice, we talked about this already. How to use 6 to 8 ounces. You can even go stronger with 6 to 8 ounces of juice in water or straight by itself, concentrated. as well. Drink that once daily or small amounts 2 to 3 times a day. Okay? So this is it right here for our detoxing time. It's time to go to the juices. We spent too long on this. So, any questions so far? I'll just switch over to our juicing segment that we're going to be going through right now. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you kind of touched on one of the topics I had in mind for that question. I know that pipe water is one of the worst form of reverse osmosis. When you suggest drinking warm water early,
You say pipe water is,
one of the worst
yeah,
process reverse.
and then the warm water.
So would you recommend using the warm water from the faucet? Or
No. Use filtered water. So once you drink it, you use filtered water.
Okay.
So don't take it from the pipe to warm your water. Yeah, use
You have to make that clear because lots of people like
Oh, okay. I guess I just automatically thought it was filtered. Yeah.
My next question
Yes.
is somebody that's on hospice, right?
Yes.
Is that reversible or what's